Welcome to Deceit TV, your home for all things cinema, where we uncover the stories behind the stories. Today, we're diving into the gripping 2013 South African film, Zulu. Brace yourself, this tale is packed with drama, action, and some seriously tough moral questions. Just a heads up, spoilers are lurking ahead, so tread carefully. Oh, and before you get too absorbed, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's the least you can do after we've kept you entertained for the next few minutes, right? The story begins with a harrowing scene in Cape Town, where young Ollie Sokila, portrayed by Whitaker, witnesses his father's brutal murder via necklacing, a method as horrific as it is symbolic of South Africa's violent apartheid history. If you're unfamiliar with necklacing, consider yourself lucky. Let's just say it involves tires, gasoline, and absolute terror. Running from his father's murderers, Ollie is hunted down by a police dog, and what follows is a life-altering assault orchestrated by a trio of white policemen. The result? Ollie is rendered a eunuch. Yes, you heard that right. Talk about trauma to carry into adulthood. Fast forward to the present, and Ollie has somehow managed to channel his painful past into his career as a homicide detective for the South African police. Partnered with two vastly different men, Brian Epkeen, played by Orlando Bloom, and Dan Fletcher, portrayed by Conrad Kemp, Ollie is part of a trio tasked with uncovering the dark underbelly of Cape Town. Quick side note, Brian is basically the cool guy cliché with a twist. He's an alcoholic, perpetually broke, and a walking disaster when it comes to relationships. Honestly, the man's personal life is a Netflix series waiting to happen. The case that pulls our trio into action is the murder of a young woman named Judith Botha. Or so they think. Turns out, the real victim is Judith's best friend, Nicole Weiss, who was carrying Judith's ID. Classic misdirection, but this isn't your run-of-the-mill whodunit. Nicole's last known whereabouts lead the detectives to her boyfriend, a local drug dealer named Stan Kwalana. And let's just say, Stan isn't exactly the poster child for clean living. As Ollie navigates this web of deceit, he stumbles upon two boys locked in a vicious fight. Breaking it up, he discovers a strange new form of tick, a psychochemical drug that is as unpredictable as Brian's sobriety. No offense, Brian, but we all see it. Meanwhile, Brian's home life is a train wreck. His ex-wife, Ruby, has moved on to greener pastures, and his teenage son, David, wants nothing to do with him. Honestly, watching Brian try to balance his crumbling life and this high-stakes case is like watching someone juggle knives. Spoiler, the knives win. Back to the case. Ollie confronts Zina, an exotic dancer who points them in Stan's direction. But before they can get a clear answer, chaos erupts. At Muizenberg Beach, a confrontation with a gang ends in tragedy when Dan is mortally wounded. His death rocks the team, and Ollie and Brian are left to pick up the pieces. The funeral scene? Absolutely gut-wrenching. But there's no time to mourn. Captain Paul Kruger orders Ollie to investigate Kat, a notorious crime lord linked to the case. Kat, of course, denies everything. Why? Because admitting you're guilty in a crime thriller would be far too easy. Things escalate when another woman, Kate Montgomery, is found dead with a chilling Zulu warrior message carved into her chest, Bazakala, meaning, they will cry. Subtle, right? If this isn't enough, Stan's severed head is discovered soon after, leaving more questions than answers. As Ollie and Brian dig deeper, they uncover ties to Project Coast, a real-life Cold War-era program involving biological weapons. Fun fact, this part isn't just fiction, it's based on actual history. Creepy, huh? Brian, ever the rebel, infiltrates a private militia known as DPS, headed by Frank de Beer. Here, he discovers that these guys are up to no good, shocking, and the same vehicle spotted at Muizenberg Beach connects them to Dan's murder. Meanwhile, Ollie faces personal devastation when his mother, Josephine, is killed by Kat. This tragedy sends Ollie on a revenge-fueled mission to Namibia, where the final showdown awaits. In Namibia, things hit a fever pitch. Ollie and Brian converge on Opperman's desert hideout, and all hell breaks loose. Bullets fly, secrets are exposed, and in a deeply satisfying moment, Ollie delivers poetic justice to Opperman. Unfortunately, Ollie succumbs to his injuries, leaving Brian to carry his body back to Cape Town. The closing scene, where Brian buries Ollie and finally engraves his father's tombstone, is the kind of emotional gut punch that stays with you long after the credits roll. So, what do you think? Did Zulu live up to its intense premise? Was the blend of historical context and thriller elements too much or just right? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, or even if you didn't, hit that like button and subscribe. It's free, and you'll be helping us bring you more cinematic deep dives. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.